when you're applying for that mortgage, what are the common problems that you're going to encounter, and how can we be prepared for them as a buyer?
Sure. I guess I'll cheaply go back to my word that I like to use in this case is time. Most of the common hurdles that they run into is when they're not giving themselves that time. When people come to me, they do their shopping, they think they know where they want to buy, they find the home they want to buy, and then they come to me and say, can you get me pre-approved? And these might be people that even in their minds think they're very strong. Right now, I'm dealing with a father who's helping a son buy his first home, and he owns 2 businesses. In the real world, he makes good money. And he's one of my longtime real estate agents. So I know him well, both as a person and a businessman and a success. There's no doubt in the real tangible world of items that he is successful and makes money. But in the guideline world of self-employed business owners, we use net income to qualify. That means if you make $1 million of gross income for the year, but you write off $999,000 of income and expenses, and you only claim $1,000 of taxable expenses, I don't see you as a $1 million business. I see you as a $1,000 a year business. Well, that can be hard to qualify for a loan sometimes. That hurdle to overcome can be solved with time. That means that we can either help people with their reporting, guide them on, okay, well, if you really want to make income, then you can't write off all of these expenses. I mean, if you want a loan to qualify, we're going to give you all of the different options. And most of those revolve around coming in with enough time. Credit problems, common hurdles. Again, they come to me, they have a credit problem. No problem. That can be fixed with time. So it's either the most common hurdles are either credit problems, down payment, if you don't have enough down payment, which that can either be done by saving, which is, of course, a slow process. But then we have the tools to help speed that up, the 401k loans, the gift funds. There are different types of programs, IRA distributions for people that are over 59 and a half. A lot of people forget that. There's really creative ways to qualify for income, but you just need the time to be able to look at the full picture. So I would say, yes, those most common hurdles of credit score or low down payment or issues mostly can be solved by just asking the questions. Don't be embarrassed by it. I promise you someone has lower credit score than you. I promise someone has less of a down payment savings than you. Just start that process and you will only get better from there.
Just when you were speaking, it brought to mind a funny story I heard. It's funny to me. It wasn't funny for the person buying the home or the real estate agent. They were all geared up. Everything was going great. Everything was approved. There were a few days to closing. And the client went out and bought a new car.
Yes. Happens all the time. Well, not all the time anymore because we're so good. And in fact, my business partner's in red, under her signature line is no new credit. I forget what it says, but don't open any new credit. Don't make any changes to your finances. Exactly, because you would be surprised at, and those are generally kind of what I was getting back to. You'd be surprised at how many, generally the first time home buyers are actually a little bit more prepared than some of the move up buyers who think they're very solid. And it could be that same example I used before, which was a self-employed borrower that's got perfect credit, lots of savings, lots of equity, lots of everything. But on paper, their actual documented income is very low. Maybe that can be solved with some time and planning, but certainly not if all of a sudden this is thrown into. So yes, don't do anything last minute. Definitely.